Just got out of 1917. And as I've mentioned before, I'm not a huge super fan of war films. Usually they're very visceral and violent, and they're difficult for me to watch because I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or what it is, but it's just I'm very sensitive to real situations. War to me is such a pointless thing on all sides. For the enemy, for us, it's just a pointless thing to me. I mean, I'm not a pacifist and only believe that there's never should be, but there have been wars, let's face it. I just wish there wasn't. I wish people could get along and find some common ground to debate and discuss and work things out. And I know that's impossible. Human beings don't always get along. But wars in general, they've been the human loss is massive. But that, I'm not on some political or this is a movie review of the movie. So let me get to the movie itself. 1917 starts with two soldiers in, of course, the First World War, Schofield and Blake, and they get orders. They've got to travel to a very difficult place across the enemy lines. They're going to go through bunkers and bodies that are strewn everywhere and damaged buildings to get this message to the front line of another unit to stop them from a trap. If they don't get this message in time, Blake's brother is leading one of these other battalions, and they need to get this message to him. And it's a harrowing journey. It's shot in the one continuous take. And I kept saying, man, when did they cut this? It was pretty well done. As far as I couldn't figure out when there was the one take. I mean, when they cut it. Must have been certain times. There was a few spots where it went dark all the way and you could go, okay, it must have been cut there. But boy, there was some long shots in the beginning where you go, wow, excellent camera work. I mean, the best camera work I've seen of any film since August, when I started watching these films and got the Regal Unlimited. That by far, it's a cut above the rest. From technology, they talked about Ang Lee and Gemini Man. That film, 1917, just gorgeous filmmaking. The cinema, the camera work, Roger Deakins, cinematographer of that. If he doesn't win an Oscar, I don't know who does with cinematography, because that was just fantastic. As far as the writing of the film itself, not a huge amount of dialogue. It's mostly just following these boys as they go through this situation. There's tons of tension. The drama is thick because you're like, it's just around any corner could be just peril, and you feel it. There's a very deep sensing, it's not the typical war film where there's just, battle after battle after battle. It's more of a solitary like you get the feeling you're in the characters' heads as they're traveling through this treacherous landscape. Fantastic film. Really. I now understand. The Golden Globes, they slipped this in towards the December, had a few openings so they could slip this into the awards season for 2019. I understand why they did that. Because they wanted to get it acknowledged, and if it just shows up in January, the dump months as they're known, maybe it doesn't get the attention of the other films. What can I say was negative to it? I can't say there's any. So when I get in that mode, I'm now over 4 stars. I'm now in a territory of where I'm going, is this a 4.5 or a 5-star film? It's not a 5-star film for me, but I believe it's something more than 4, because it really kept me in the groove. Very few slow parts. There was a couple spots where it slowed down a little bit, and I wished it had kept, that pace. We were in that. We were going, and then moviegoers get fatigued. It was more than 2 hours. It wasn't too long. I think the length was good. I just wish there was a scene or two where it slowed down, like there was a scene with this baby and the woman. And yeah, I get it. We had to slow down a little bit, to take a breath. You know, but I think that's what keeps this film from being perfect. But it's pretty darn good. I mean, it is the best film. I can see why it's winning awards, or won awards in the Golden Globes, and I wouldn't be surprised, certainly for cinematography. Best director, maybe. Although I like Greta Gerwig with Little Women. You know, I sure like Mike Flanagan and Dr. Sleep, but that's not getting any notice. I got to put this as my top film of 2019. I do. I got to put it right in that slot. I didn't give any films more than 4 stars. So this one's got to be 4.5 stars out of 5. Fantastic film. Definitely worth seeing. Huge props, huge recommendation to get in there and see. 1917. For a guy who doesn't even like war films for the most part, and the reason I don't like them, like I said at the beginning of this is, and I don't want to retread that, this is not your traditional war film. It's more of a solitary, you know, 2-man show, and it was really, really, really fantastic. Very well done. Pacing is great. It's just a unique kind of film, and it's exciting. I enjoyed it very, very much. In fact, I might want to go see it again. That's how much I liked it. Maybe at IMAX. I think it's at IMAX, on a real big screen with you know, even Screen X might be cool, because there's some, as they're running through these sections, I don't know if it's in Screen X or not, but it just really my favorite film of 2019. Even though I'm seeing it in 2020, it's still considered a 2019, so I'm going to put this up at the top of the list. You know, I don't know if that's cheating or not, but since it's considered to be a 2019 film, that's where I'm going to stick it. But really well done. 4.5 stars for 1917. Highly recommended. I'm Todd from moviereviewsbyus.com. If you enjoyed this review, please check out our others. Like, share, subscribe to this channel. The Just Left the Theater. You can see it in the background. No spoiler reviews. Thank you for watching.